Hey Silver Tubers, it's Mr. Z coming to you from the Silver Pouring Bench. I noticed there's a lot of the VR, what are my 5 favorite coin videos right now. And what I thought I would do is a little bit different. I thought I would do this in probably a 2-part or maybe a 3-part series and just kind of go over the coins that I have picked up over the last year or so. I have not been collecting much longer. I really started collecting coins after I started pouring silver. Um, once I started hanging around the LCS and I actually started working there, and one of my jobs assigned to me was to sort the coins as they came in and put them in bins according to their purity. I really started to look at the coins, and I found that after I got done sorting through coins, I ended up with a stack that I had decided that I wanted. And the end result is what started with one coin album. These are the Whitman coin albums that are 2 rows wide and 3 rows tall. So each one holds, and they're 10 pages, so each one holds 60 coins. After I finished filling 2 tubes of each of my Canadian stock, so I have 2 tubes of Canadian 80% dimes, Canadian 80% quarters. I have 1 tube of Canadian halves, 1 tube of Canadian dollars, and then assorted Canadian dollars. And I am constantly picking up Constitutional, American Constitutional, and I picked up that tube of 50% British from across the pond. I started picking up coins, and so what I thought I would do is I would take everybody through a walk through what I've picked up over the last probably less than a year, but and we'll take 2 albums, we'll put them off to the side, and I'm not going to get into the gold coins. I'm just going to start with the silver coins for this video series. And so we'll call this episode 1, and there will probably be, like I said, there will probably be multiple episodes. So let me adjust the tripod a little bit so we can get a better look at these coins. I'm not going to take each one out unless we come across a real amazing one, but I don't know where or how these are going. They're not organized. They're organized as I got them, not by country. So there we see a 67 10 shilling from Austria, a 54 5 francs from Switzerland, a 57 10 shilling, a 65 5 shilling. You'll notice I've got everything on there that I need to have: the date, the denomination, the country, the purity. There's 61 5 shilling and a 60 5 shilling. I only picked up coins that I liked the design of, and so let's see here. There's a 1925 Ein shilling from Austria with the building on it. A 1946 half dollar. That's the Booker T commemorative dollar. I think Monkey Swag showed one of those in his videos, or maybe that's one he didn't show. There's a 64 Canadian $1, another 64. There's a 72.25 peso, and there is a Kennedy that I got from IKEAnet. Let's look at the back of these Canadians. Okay, so those are the Charlottetown commemorative $1 from Canada. So we got an 01 Barber half with the San Francisco Mint mark. There's an 07 Barber half. There's a 96 5 rubles. There's an 1828 W 5 franc. We move down here. 1 Tonka, somewhere between 1912 and 1922 from Tibet. And some of you will remember me showing these coins in previous videos as I picked them up. There's a 1907 Zwei mark. That's the Hamburg Mint, or the Hamburg variant of that coin. It came in several different, that's back when each region or each state of Germany would have coinage, and that's the Hamburg version of it. And the yellow, these were, I left these in the flips they were in, or the flips they were in. There's an 1892 rupee, an 1893 rupee, an 88 rupee, an 1841 rupee, 1862 rupee, and an 1887. And somebody pointed out that one of these was most likely not legit. I just never bothered pulling it out. I don't remember which one it was. So we're going to, there's an 1875 rupee, a 1905 1 rupee, with a different obverse, and 1919 1 rupee, and 1916 1 rupee, 1919 1 rupee, and you can see someone probably dumped a bunch of rupees and I grabbed them and said I want all of these, and worked for them. So turning the page, we're going to come into some other ones. There's a 1934 half crown from New Zealand, a 1966 1 rand, which I was ecstatic when I picked this one up. That's from South Africa. That's the American legend. It came in two legends. This one is an American South Africa, or in English, South Africa, 1966. They also did that same one right here. There's a 66 in the African legend, meaning the writing in it was in South African, South Africa. Really a big fan of those. And that is a, they only minted 25,000 of that. That's a proof. And South African 5 shilling. There's that Springbok right there on the reverse. Some of these are in their reverse, some of them are the obverse forward. 1857 American, beautiful example of a flying cent, flying eagle cent. And there's the 1858. I doubt I will ever have the 1856, as they believe they only minted 2,000 of them. This was the first small cent. This was after we moved down from the large cent to the small cent. And so I'm going to get a look at the back of these. Yeah, there's that, the 1 rand. Beautiful example of the Springbok. So moving along, there's the 1858 1 gulden from the Netherlands. And there's a 1910 half crown, a little slick, but still there nonetheless. I'm going to pause for just a second. All right, picking up, there's a 1965 Swiss half franc, a 1928 2 francs, Swiss with Helvetica right there on the front. There's a 1946. And there's a 1952 half dollar. That's the George Washington and Booker T combination half dollar, commemorative half dollar. That's another one from the series that Monkey Swag was talking about. His are all slabbed, or mostly slabbed. Mine, I don't do slabbed coins, and so mine are going to be outside of a slab. And the franc here that I never got around to marking is another 2 franc. And so now we get on to, there's another coin I got from my Keonet one, Mercury dime, Silver Saver, 9/19 of 16. I won this Walking Liberty half dollar in a giveaway she was doing. There is that's not a coin actually, it's one of the miniature reproductions of the half dollar. Tiny Stacker was doing a giveaway, and I won a Benji here in 1959 in excellent condition. These had to have come from Big Lorry based on the flip. He uses the self-adhesive flip. There's a 1937 UK Scottish shilling, 50% silver. And a UK crown, 1937, also 50% silver. Just marvelous, marvelous examples of coins he has in his collection that he shares. Moving right along, oh yes, one of my favorite, the francs, the French And these, some of these, like I said, I get a little lazy sometimes. These are the 2 francs. I call them the discus thrower. See if I can get the, there we go. Yep, the discus thrower. There's a 1916 and a 1918 that's in really good condition. And there's a 1919. Excuse me, and there's a 1989 10 marks from Germany. It's a commemorative coin. Obviously 1989 and still silver, it would have to be a commemorative coin. And this one is an interesting one. It is I believe 0.333% silver, and that is a French coin. That was a commemorative coin done, and we'll look at the other side of those. There's a 1949 Mexico 1 peso, 90%, I believe. Let's see here, 50% silver. So let's look at the back of these two. Yeah, oh yeah, I grabbed this one because I loved the design. 1949 to 1989, Republik Deutschland, Bundesrepublik. And then the other side of this 10 euro, French 10 euro, is just, I mean, it's a proof finish. It's immaculate, beautiful. And so here we get into, here's a 10 shilling, a 58, a 57 10 shilling, both really nice condition. There's another 58, another 58. And there's, they give you one guess as to what that is. That is a casted Roman replica coin from Bernie. A marvelous, marvelous job. I'm sure many people could be fooled by that as to it being an ancient coin. We'll look at the backside here in a second. And another gift I got from Bernie. It's an off-struck Jefferson nickel on the planchette. And looking at the backside of that, you can see the sheer detail on that, cast by Silver to Burn. And that is book 1 in the series. And I think with that, I will stop, and we'll call this volume 1. And so we will pick up next time with volume 2. I appreciate everybody going down that real quick stroll with me. And I look forward to sharing the next volume with you. So everybody be well. Mr. Zeke from the Silver Pouring Bench. Cheers.